Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 560 of the Garden City Community Chat Show. It's Thursday. Hold on, let me get this right. Hey,
January 20th.
hey, it's Thursday, January 20th, 2022. We're happy that you could be with us tonight, and we hope you're all safe and doing well. I am your host, Carrie. Also joining me, Garden City's very own meteorologist, Dr. Tom Mywinski. Tom, how you doing?
Doing well, but it's definitely cold out there. We're really getting into the old man winter.
Yeah, I got to hold you up to the mic because I couldn't get a hold of you through Google Duo for some reason. Well, we'll work that out. We'll work through it. Oh yeah, and also president of Garden City Kiwanis and former city councilman and longtime resident, Mr. Mike Jones. How you doing, Mike?
Doing great, Carrie.
That's awesome. Awesome. Everything's good, eh? You feeling better?
Yes, sir. Oh yeah.
Good, good, good.
I had
Tonight, what?
just a couple of days of mild COVID symptoms, and I'm now 9 days past the positive test, so I think I'm in pretty good shape.
Oh, okay. So you've had a negative test already then, or no?
No, I haven't had a negative test, but I haven't had any symptoms for a week.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Well, hey, tonight we have another good one for you. We've been waiting for a while to get him back on the show, and tonight
Dennis?
he is here. Mr. Dennis Neubacher from WWJ News Radio 950 will be here shortly. And also tonight, a little later, we're happy to have our good friend Len Fisher from the Inspire Theater. He's back to talk about all the good things happening there at the theater, especially a new show that just started last weekend and is doing rather well, I hear. Joe Bartley from J&J Taxes and More is back with another Tax Talk segment for you. But first up, we're going to get Dr. Tom in here with the weather for you, and then Mike will close out the show with some all-important community announcements. But before we get to Tom, I want to mention the guests that we have lined up for you so you can get them on the calendar. Next week on January 27th, City Councilwoman Stacy Karafotis will be here to let us know how her first couple of weeks on the job is gone so far for her. She was just recently sworn in to replace Councilwoman Kerwin. So we'll see how she's doing. And then on February 10th, we have a real treat for you. Terry Krausen and members of the Harmonytown Barbershop Chorus will be here. And they may even sing a song for us. So, but we're going to find out a lot more. They're doing some great things for the community. So they've been around since 1944, and they are in the Wayne chapter of the Barbershop Chorus. So they'll be here, and we'll find out all about them. So that's really good guests we have lined up, and we hope that you'll join us for sure. Okay, grab your hot chocolate or your hot toddy and join us for the next hour or so. Remember, if you have any questions or comments and you're watching us live on Facebook, please go ahead and put them in the comment section, and I'll get them up on the screen and hopefully get them answered for you. You can also text your questions to 734-788-9319. We also want to take a minute to say thank you to all of you who listen and support us every Thursday night, not only from our hometown of Garden City, but several of our communities in the surrounding area as well. We really appreciate your support, and we'll always continue to promote our community and yours. And please continue to watch, listen, and share. Remember, if your community organization has any events or announcements or cancellations that you'd like us to get out to our listeners, what should they do, Mike?
Probably the best way would be to email us.
Exactly. Email the details to us at gcommunitychat@gmail.com, or you can message us on Facebook at facebook.com/gcchat, and Mike's going to be more than happy to get that info out for you. All right, let's get Tom in here now with a check of the weather, and then we're going to spend some time chatting with our guests. So stand by for Tom. We'll see if we can get through this. Okay, let's do a check on weather with Doppler Tom. Let's see what he has in store for the rest of this week and the weekend coming up. Tom, take it away. Okay, you there, buddy? Yeah.
Winter has really moved in, and it's been here for weeks, and it's just that bone-chilling cold. I mean, some of these overnight lows get into the single digits, and it's definitely much colder tonight than the last few days. We actually got a nice cold front to move through, and it really chilled us down. And we're going to be in the single digits tonight with wind chills near zero again. And then Friday, the sun will return. I know it's been struggling to really appear the last few days, but I do believe that we'll see much more sun tomorrow. And unfortunately, those temperatures won't rebound. They'll remain in the 20s tomorrow for high temperatures. And then as we get to the weekend, the clouds will build back in, and we're going to see a more cloudy weekend out there. Temperatures overall will stay steady. We'll be in the 20s for highs and teens for lows. And then on Monday, we'll see our real first round of snow in quite a while to really move through our region. It's going to be obviously a very light, quick moving storm. There really isn't going to be a lot of moisture with it. There isn't going to be a lot of time for the snow to really accumulate. So I'm not really expecting a whole bunch of snow with this system, but there really hasn't been much snow to talk about. So this is the worst kind of snow event that we're going to have. And I don't really think totals will get more than an inch with this system as it moves through. But nevertheless, we'll still see snow on Monday afternoon and evening. And we haven't seen snow in a while. So yeah,
Right.
we don't know how to drive in it. Once we have a few weeks with no snow, we don't know how to drive in it. And it takes us a while to really acclimate again. So be careful if you're going to be out and about Monday evening on the roads, because it's going to be a little bit snowy out there.
Well, we'll have Dennis here to drive us through, walk us through the traffic, right?
Oh, absolutely. And then as we get past Monday, it will really quiet down. I don't really see any more real systems kind of to really speak of with moisture. It's going to kind of cool back down. We're going to see temperatures continue in the 20s and next week after the snow event on Monday, and teens will be in the lows, and some of the overnight lows on Tuesday will be near zero behind that system. So the cold is going to stick around. We're going to see a little bit of snow on Monday, and for the rest of the month, it will begin to stay on the cold side. So none of this should be surprising. This is the month of January. This is the coldest month of the year. It could be so much worse. I mean, just look at any part of the country, and they're dealing with much more worse winter weather than we are here. But yes, I understand the cold is no fun to deal with.
Sure.
It is going to be here for the rest of the month, at least in my perspective. But if you want to, we're going to quickly expand out. We're going to talk about some other weather. And like I've been saying, all other parts of the U.S. have been dealing with the winter weather. I mean, the parts of the South are dealing with crazy winter weather. The Carolinas are dealing with it, and it moves into the Northeast as well. So they're going to be dealing with more winter storms moving through, with a lot of snow and ice as well. A lot of the same regions. We're staying fairly good in our region with just a little bit of snow here and there. Obviously, the Great Lakes have been dealing with a lot of lake effect snow as well, but that doesn't really get over here too much. It can, but at least this time of year, it's not really dealing with that. And the cold has been a big thing across the central U.S., much more colder than we're dealing with. I mean, yes, our temperatures are cold, but they're dealing with dangerously cold temperatures with wind chills, probably approaching 30 to 40 below. So Minnesota and the Dakotas. So kind of the old systems of weather are continuing. I mean, we've been talking about this for the last few weeks, and unfortunately, it's going to be continuing. So if you don't like the snow, I have some good news for you, because there isn't any major winter storms, but there's just a little system moving through on Monday with a little light snow moving through. So if you want to keep tuned to all my local weather information, just go to my website, DopplerTownsWeather.com, and it will keep you updated each day on our winter weather here in Michigan.
All right. Thank you, sir. We made it through.
Yeah.
All right.
Only 2 months ago.
I'm going to let you go then. All right. Yep. We'll blame Google. All right. Talk to you, buddy. See ya. All right. Dr. Tom with the weather. Okay. Let's introduce our first guest for tonight. If you listen to the morning traffic report on News Radio 950, you'll recognize his voice. Please welcome our good friend, Mr. Dennis Neubacher, to the show. Hey, how you doing?
say good afternoon or good evening, right? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, Mike. How you doing? Hey, Mike. I hope you're feeling better. Feel better,
Well,
man.
I'm feeling great.
Oh, good. Glad to hear that. It's a tough time for a lot of folks. So glad you're feeling better.
Yeah.
Right,
That's
right.
great
It
news.
really-
And also,
really is.
congratulations to Tom on becoming a meteorologist. I think that's fantastic. Way to go,
Isn't
Tom.
that's fantastic,
It
isn't
really
it?
is. That's not an easy degree. I mean, that's a
No.
lot of work. Wow.
No, it takes a lot of work.
Very impressive.
Yeah, he's going to continue it too. So
That's good. I like the weather that he predicts because that's job security for traffic reporters. Isn't that terrible?
exactly. So Dennis, we talked earlier. This is probably your bedtime almost, huh?
Yeah, well, I wake up around 2:15, 2:30, and I've been doing it for a long time, so I get used to it, I guess, and
Yeah, like
and,
anything
and
else.
I like the early mornings. They're quiet. Turn
Yeah.
on the radio, make some coffee, get prepared for the drive to work. The studio's in Southfield off of American Drive there in I-696, so it's not far. For a while there, because of the pandemic, I was home, here for right where I am right now, right sitting here doing
Okay.
traffic reports, and use the phone with a tie line to the station. Very interesting how the technology. You guys have watched this over the years.
It's amazing.
It's
amazing.
unbelievable. The technology is to carry lug those big recorders and
Yeah.
microphones and so on. Now you can just hold the phone up in a news conference and ask a question and then listen for the response and then edit
Right.
it on your phone
Yeah.
and then send it to the station.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
really an amazing thing that's happened, the technology.
It
And of
is.
course, it works good in a lot of instances. In other ways, you text and drive, you die. So
Yeah, that's right.
it's,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's what ends up happening a lot of times. So
Well,
it's
I've always said if it's used right, it's a beautiful thing.
yeah, absolutely, it surely is. So things have changed. I wake up early, and I like it, so I continue to like it. Who knows how long it'll last? I love my work, and I tell you,
Awesome.
being an air ambulance helicopter pilot, that time I was a
Yes.
traffic reporter, then I had a break, and then I became an air ambulance helicopter pilot. And I used to always watch the first responders, how impressed I was with them.
Oh,
And then working with them more directly, you land on a freeway, the freeway stops, closed. They're
in
working with
between
people that are
wires
involved
and-
in the crash. It gives you a different perspective, even more so. And then coming back and being a traffic reporter, that just enhanced, I think, my perspective on the importance of, reporting the crash, reporting it accurately,
Right.
helping the first responders stay safe, and helping drivers stay safe as well. So it's been a great thing. It's been a great
Yeah,
time.
it's a big responsibility.
It is. It
You
is.
don't want to mess up, that's for sure.
No, not at all. Not at all. No,
Hey,
no.
is this your morning crew right here?
Yeah, that's with some of the traffic reporters. You'll see there's KT who's on in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Jeff DeFran worked the overnights.
We'll give
There's
them a
Tracy
shout out.
McCaskill on the lower left there, and she works middays from 10 until 3. Michelle Pena, she works for a couple of stations, but most notably WOMC, which is #1 in the Detroit market. And then
Oh.
Lance Howard used to work in the evenings for the station. Lance and all these folks, that's a lot of experience right there on the screen.
Yeah, it
Traffic
is.
reporting in the Detroit area for many years. Great professionals, great coworkers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are your hours then, specifically?
I get in around 4:30,
Okay.
and I work basically until I'm off the air at 10, and then I'm available for anything that the station needs me to do traffic wise until noon. Usually I'm leaving before noon,
Okay.
but usually I'm on the air from 5 until 10. Sometimes it'll overlap into the 10 o'clock hour and start maybe early depending upon the situation, but usually it's from 5 until 10.
Now you've actually gone remote too, haven't you? You've been on site on a few times.
It's been years since I've done that with
Oh.
WWJ. I have not done that. I've done Facebook shows with the station. Brought in like First Lieutenant Mike Shaw and some other people, maybe
Right.
from AAA and so on, who have
Mike's
talked a
a
lot
great
about.
guy.
Yeah, Mike is
Right.
a fabulous individual.
I
Like
gotta
I
get
said,
him
first
back on.
first responders. And when we say first responders, I tell you, who else are great people? We can talk about the EMT techs, and we talk about the nurses and the doctors and the police officers, but those tow truck drivers, oh my goodness
Oh my God.
gracious.
Wow.
I don't know how so many of them have been killed.
Right.
I don't know how they do it.
It's dangerous.
And if you're broken down by the side of the road, you know what it's like. People, we're all kind of in a hurry, aren't we? You just don't slow, right, Mike? Nobody really slows down.
No.
Move over law, it helps. But
Mhm.
like First Lieutenant Mike Shaw says, a lot of times people will come by, they'll hold up their phones. Here's my phone here, and
Yeah.
they'll be recording what's going on by the shot the shoulder, and people will accidentally turn the wheel at the same time they're
Wow.
trying to record something, and
Wow.
they'll go right off into
Oh,
the median, or they'll
yes.
hit cars on the side of the road. They'll cause an accident, they'll cause injuries, and sometimes a death. So, what is it? They always suggest 2 hands on the steering wheel,
Yeah.
eyes on the road, and your head out of your app. You gotta make sure you say that right, But it really puts it in perspective. Just keep focused on what you're doing. But
Right.
it's hard. But if you've ever waited by the side of the road, waiting for a record to arrive, that is truly stay in your car, number one.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get out of your car.
Right.
If you have to get out of your car, maybe it's on fire or something you're not concerned about, get up the hill as far away from the car as possible, because a lot of us drivers, we just don't pay attention, and we'll go off the freeway because we're looking at it thinking, and you're not remembering that when you do that, you usually steer the direction you're looking, and you run right into the people. So get away from the car, stay in the car is your best bet. And if the car is movable and nobody's injured, move the cars, if you can, to the right shoulder and as far onto the right shoulder, and even up the freeway ramp to get out of the way. As long as you have information, state police, local police, they can put together the information about the crash. You don't need to stay there. Like, remember when we were kids growing up, my dad would say, don't move,
Yeah.
You can move the vehicle to get it out of the way, and you almost have to, because if you don't, you can get injured or killed yourself.
Very bad. Yeah.
So it's pretty bad. The tow truck drivers, they're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how these men and women do it. They're fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
That's great advice.
So
for those that don't know, you were also the Chopper 7 pilot for Channel 7 News.
Yep, I did that, and I did it for a radio station even before Channel 7. But Chopper 7, we had a gyro stabilized camera on board. Brian Smith was the videographer, and he and I would fly together morning until night, sometimes overnight when we get called in, and we were covering some of the most unbelievable. I can't even explain to you the different things we saw from the air. How many times we covered a chance that they found the burial site of Jimmy Hoffa. I'm saying that very seriously too. They would say, Dennis, we've got a tip on so on. We'd like you to go. So we'd go there, or we got a tip on this. And along the way, we'd see something else, and a building fire, a car fire, a crash, a house fire, lots of other things that we don't even talk about that we saw from the air. It was an incredible experience. It almost feels like a dream now. It's been so long ago, and I haven't flown now in about 5-6 years, a little bit longer than that, which is okay. I've had a great time, and I don't really miss it that much. But it was such an incredible experience. But seeing this city, seeing the Detroit area from the air, was remarkable. The sunsets and the sunrises. Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing.
And your good buddy Eric Smith, in the morning. All
he's great. Yeah, Eric, great guy. Worked with Alicia Smith, Joanne Purton for many years,
Joanne, awesome.
and so many other people from the station as well. Both mornings and of course afternoons as well. Different setup in the morning than it was in the afternoon. We did traffic as well in the morning, as well as covering breaking news. That helicopter really did different perspective. Now I think they're not only using helicopters, but I think drones have become kind of a popular alternative now.
You're right.
It's cheaper, and you don't have a pilot on board, and something happens. You don't lose necessarily. You don't lose anybody. I get it. This is the technology is changing, just like with the phone covering news conferences. The world's changing. I mean, we're going to be in autonomous vehicles. We're going to be in vehicles or flying vehicles eventually. Probably not me. Maybe future generations will be in aircraft that are being flown by rope. It's all possible. It's all those things that we saw as kids. And as a kid, I used to love watching all the launches. And I remember watching those old movies, those sci-fi movies, late 50s, early 60s. Remember when the aircraft, the rocket would come down and land? This way. Well, now they land that way. And that's the coolest thing in the world.
It is. That's so cool.
I just am so, it boggles my mind to see that. So things are going to happen, and I won't see most of those things, those new things, but it'll be cool. The newer generations there, like if you have a problem with their phone or something like that, what do? I go talk to my nephews or my daughter or everything. I just hand them the phone. I say, I'm having a little
Grandson.
trouble with this, or
Yeah.
somebody at the station. The station, there's so many great people at the station, WWJ, and they,
Yeah,
you know,
Mike, you do that, don't you, Mike?
yeah,
Who's your
yeah, you might,
grandkid?
I talked to my grandson.
yeah, and Mike, don't they do it in like 30 seconds?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Easy.
oh, really? You
I
know?
know it. I know it.
Fascinating.
It's crazy. We can barely keep up with technology, and it's
Oh.
nothing for them.
Well, it's amazing. They're amazing. They really are. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, look, I wanted to get Len Fisher in here from the Inspire Theater too.
fantastic.
So
Hi, Len.
we'll pick his brain a little bit. I do have a comment. Mrs. Chat made a comment, and she says, "Yeah, just today on that news reporter was knocked down while she was reporting."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was down in what, South Carolina, I think.
Yeah, she got
Yeah.
Yeah.
reporting.
You can see that SUV pull
Yeah,
in behind her or pickup
Yeah.
truck
yes,
and knock her over.
yeah,
Yeah.
It was crazy,
And
crazy.
apparently she got up and said, well, it's just part of live television. Talk
Yeah.
about that reporter is just, she's all set for the rest of her life. They'll
Oh,
never
she is.
forget that. And she's okay.
That'll go
She'll have a
viral.
job for whenever. She'll have a job for the rest of her life.
Yeah, that'll go viral.
It will.
Let me just mention, Mrs. Chat's in there. Mayor Randy Walker's in there from Garden City is in there.
Oh, Your Honor.
How you doing? Sandy Abraham is in there. Kathy
Hey,
Ward, our number one
Hi,
fan.
Kathy. Hi, Facebook friend.
Yeah, and let's see, Garden City Fire Chief Kathy Harmon's in there as well.
Hi, Kathy. Great
And
work by the fire crews.
Mike Milkovich is in there, and Mike, Milkovich. So yeah, we got a lot of people. So let's bring in Len from Inspire Theater. We'll pick his brain a little bit, see what's going on there. Okay.
You bet.
Hey, Len, how you doing?
Pretty good, Kerry. How are you?
We're doing fantastic. So I hear you got a little show going on right now. Is it very successful?
It is extremely successful. We are shocked and surprised. It's a great show and
Shock and awe.
shock and awe. There you go. It's a great show.
What's the title, Len? What's
Rumors by Neil Simon.
Oh,
There you go.
What's it about? What's it about?
About 2 hours.
Yeah, and I love that. Don't give it away. Don't give me the plot. But what's the basic gist of the play?
Four couples arrive at the home of the deputy mayor of New York for his 10th anniversary, and they find that the wife is gone, the servants are gone, and the mayor has shot himself in the ear.
Oh my goodness!
The mayor, deputy mayor, and
geez.
the first to arrive is his attorney, and he tries to keep it quiet from everybody, and it spills out to the next guest, and then it just kind of spills out to everybody involved, and they all try to keep it quiet, and then the police arrive, and it's nothing but running in and out and bedlam and mayhem.
Well, that sounds like what a great plot. Like that.
Have you ever been there, Dennis? You ever been
I have
to the
not.
theater? Oh, it's a
I have
great
not.
little theater. It holds how many?
Seats 90.
90.
We usually sell 80 tickets and then have overflow just in case. We've limited it to 60 during these times.
Right. I was going to ask you how you're doing that.
Where's it located, Len?
In Westland.
Okay, where?
On Warren Road between Wayne and Vinoy.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
Used
So-
to be the old cable company, right?
right.
Building.
Right. So
Down the street from the greatest barbecue that ever lived.
Yeah, Alexander's.
Oh my gosh,
Oh, they're not there anymore.
I know that.
Oh, I'm heartbroken.
You are.
They were good. They were good, really good.
Yeah.
So let's see. You're going into your second week, is it now?
correct. It
Okay.
runs for 3 weekends.
There's the
Yeah.
dates.
We've got 3 shows this weekend and 3 shows the final weekend. So
And how's tickets holding up?
I just looked. We have 13 tickets left for this weekend.
Oh,
Wow,
wow.
For all 3 shows combined.
wow. Considering you have the NFL playoff games too, Len, that's
Yeah,
great.
that's pretty good. Maybe it's all the
Yeah.
women. It's all the wives that are coming.
Yeah.
That's true. Sunday we have 2 tickets. Friday we have 2 tickets, and Saturday we have 9 tickets left.
Now you're
Wow.
also
Fantastic.
doing auditions for another show that's going to be coming up. You want to mention that?
Next Monday we have auditions for a show called See How They Run. In fact, I was just looking at the script before we got on here.
Oh, okay.
It's
Now,
another
what's the
farce.
brief-
It's
brief
another
summary
farce.
of that?
And how many parts are in that? See how they run. How many male, female, kid parts, things like that. How in that one? How many audition spots are open?
I'm going to move to the auditorium because I promised Carrie a little bit of a tour here.
Right, right.
So in that one there are let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10
Wow.
parts.
That's
Oh,
great.
Yeah,
That's a lot
that
of-
is.
That one is a
parts.
farce too. It involves it eventually ends up being 5 men in clerical collars. There's a Russian spy. There's a nosy church lady. Let's see. There's an actress. There's an actor.
Wow.
It's absolutely. See how the Run used to be one of the staples of community theater
Oh,
for
okay.
years and years. So
Is that
I'm
the
on the set right now.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
It is.
I'll give you a
Oh,
little-
that is a nice
wow,
set.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is. Who built that set? They did a great job.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. What we do is we require our actors to put in a day's worth of for a work day.
Oh, okay.
A couple reasons. Because we're community theater, and we found that building a set together builds community.
Right.
It's
So
fantastic.
that's
Look at
the
this.
set.
Look at the chandeliers you have hanging down from there.
Beautiful.
That's fabulous.
Looks like a brand new couch and chairs.
Yeah, it
Jeez.
does.
It's
Now,
rich
You
people.
get those donated from people in the community,
Yeah,
the
donated?
furniture, and who does that?
Sometimes we get donated. We do Salvation Army,
Okay.
Marketplace.
Fantastic.
Well, that's nice because that helps them out too then.
Yeah, it does.
It absolutely does. And so let's swing around here. So there's our audience.
Nice.
So-
Oh, yeah.
Very intimate.
Hey, you changed the seats. They used to be red.
They are still red. The first
Oh, are
two
they?
rows. This is the first two
Oh,
rows.
I see. I see. Yeah. I couldn't see them up there.
Yeah.
Very nice. Oh, there you go. There you go.
There you go. So that's the
Awesome.
sound booth. Okay.
Stadium seating, Dennis. There's
Yeah.
not a bad seat in the house.
Now it doesn't look like good sight lines for everybody. Nobody's going to be blocked.
Right.
Nobody's blocked, and you can hear everything.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. If you know
Terrific.
anybody that's interested in community theater, let them know and let them be
Absolutely.
more than happy to have them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, the
You can
auditions are Monday and Wednesday from 6:30 or 6 to 9.
Okay.
You give
I need-
when somebody comes in for the audition. When I've auditioned for things in the past, they'll usually hand you. You can actually look ahead for the play and read about it. But do you just hand them the book and say, read this line? Depending upon what you read, we'll put you in that spot if we select you. Or are you auditioning for a specific spot, or is it just really ad hoc?
well,
What do
you got to
think?
know that I'm like a little bit different there, Dennis. Some people call me weird. By the way I got it.
Me too.
Yeah.
So,
Probably
we,
all.
have, we have cold reading, so people come in and they have parts that they think they might want, but I have them read for modal parts, and I'm not
That's
looking
great.
to see if people. I'm not looking to see if people can read well. I'm looking to see a couple things. Can I see them in the part that they asked for, or can I see them in a different part that might suit them better?
Right.
I also
You got to
wanna see-
visualize it.
exactly.
I think I think that makes a lot of sense. I remember
Yeah.
somebody years ago in broadcasting told me, Len, Dick Kernan, who was operating the Specs Howard School of Broadcasting for many years, he recently
Oh.
passed away. Great
Wow.
guy.
Mhm.
He said he told his students, he said, now you think you want to be on the air, but always keep the door open for the possibility that you might actually be a better producer or a better director or a better camera operator.
Find your niche.
And he said, or you may go in thinking you want to be a producer, but then don't close the door if somebody offers you an opportunity to be an anchor, because they see you from a different perspective. And I thought that was really good advice. It kept you open. So the
Mhm.
cold reads, Len, that sounds like a great idea. You may find a part that you never thought you'd ever do may turn out to be the best thing for you.
Yeah.
Well, that's just it. I've been in this long enough so I can see. I can tell if a person can do that part or not, and I want to put the right people in the right parts so they're not going crazy trying to get the part down. Also,
Right.
I want to see if they're directable. If I can ask
Yeah.
them to do something different and they adapt to it and are able to pick up what I'm saying, then that makes my job a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's a kind of profession what you're doing, whether it's a hobby or for some people it's a profession, but you know, for younger people and even some people who are making job changes, if they're trying to decide what to do and make a change, or as a young person you're trying to find a niche and go in a certain direction, maybe sales, maybe public relations, and you're shy or you're having some trouble getting yourself presenting yourself, this might be a great way, I think, to be on stage and
Yep.
learn that opportunity and really come out of yourself is what I guess I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
And it really gives you an opportunity to do that. Local stage is a great possibility for that.
Yeah.
The things that I can teach when people are in the show are amazing. With our kids, I can teach them self-confidence and public speaking and how to be aware of themselves and people around them. Yeah, so you're absolutely right, Dennis. It's
fantastic.
it just gives confidence.
So great that you guys have that for the community. I think it's fabulous.
Oh, it's a great theater. Great
Fabulous.
theater. And then during COVID, you were doing shows outside in the parking lot, even, right?
We did a show outside. We built a stage in the back of the theater and did it out there.
And they were like sold out.
We learned some hard lessons out there. You never want to do a show outside with no sun shade in June when it's 90 degrees in the afternoon.
Oh, yeah, it was brutal. And that asphalt, boy, is just beating on you probably.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I understand you're just directing this play then? You're not in it yourself then?
I'm just directing this play. A lot of times I don't jump in unless I really have to fill a part. And these days I get so many actors to audition that I don't have to jump in at all.
Wow, that's good. That's really good.
That's fabulous.
How are the volunteers? You always need volunteers?
I always need volunteers. There's no doubt about that. The volunteers are excellent.
Anyone that wants to volunteer, they just contact you through the website?
They can. Inspire Theater at inspiretheater.com.
Okay.
You know, if you do that, let's say at the Fisher Theater or at the Fox Theater as an usher, I believe then you can see all of the shows. Isn't that correct, Len? So would you be able to see all your shows then by volunteering?
Yeah, you volunteer for a show, you get to see it. We find a seat for them. Yeah,
great.
So
That's great.
It's basically just ushering people to their chairs or selling 50-50 maybe or something like that.
Sure.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
You also mentioned that you're thinking of expanding your lobby area.
We'd like to have a lobby. You've been here, Carrie. You know there's absolutely no lobby.
It is. Yeah, it's pretty small.
Yeah,
and concession stand, that's about it.
We're going to go outward from our present lobby, and we're going to actually put a lobby and restrooms out there, and it's going to wrap around. It's going to wrap around by the parking lot and around the front of the building. We'll also we'll flip the stage, and the stage will be where the seats are, and the seats will be where the stage is. So you'll be able to come in from the back of the theater rather than the side of the theater.
Are you serious? Well, that's going to be a real challenge, isn't it?
It is
a lot of work.
It will be. We get the plans in about a month. The architect plans.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you got a new roof on? You got that all taken care of? I know last time you were on.
We got new roofs. We've replaced 4 of the 6 HVAC units. Okay. Yeah. So yeah.
Not cheap.
No.
Well, we moved into a building that had been thoroughly used for years and years and years.
Yeah.
So exactly. And then the upkeep of it. So
what else you have coming up for the summer? Anything? Is that going to be this last one for the year, or how many are you going to do?
Oh no. That show, See How They Run, opens in April. Runs for 3 weeks.
So we're still early.
And then our summer show in July is the musical Guys and Dolls.
Oh, I love that music.
Wow, that'll be fabulous.
That'll be a big one.
It's one of my bucket list shows, and so we're finally going to do it. It'll be.
I got a horse right here. Name is Paul Revere.
Mike, are you going to audition?
Oh, I don't have time for that. And I don't know if I've got the nerve to do it.
I bet
You
you'd be
know,
great, Mike. Come on.
It's funny because when my sister was alive, and this is years ago, she was real reserved and to herself. And then all of a sudden she says, "You guys got to come and see us. You and mom and dad and everybody got to come and see us. I'm in Oklahoma Community Theater." I said, "You got to be
Really?
kidding me."
Wow.
Everybody was shocked, and she was so good in it, and she just opened up. It was like,
Oh,
right there.
Oklahoma, where the wind comes whistling down the plain.
yeah, yeah. Have you done that yet, Len, or no? Oklahoma.
No, not yet.
Okay. I know you've
there's
done a lot.
there's some shows that you just got to consider how much space do I need for the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be big. Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be big.
It would be. I mean, when we did Spam-A-Lot, that was huge as well.
Yes.
But
Yes.
we pulled it off on the stage. So,
Guys and dolls will test your space too, won't it, Len?
I've been dreaming about that lately.
Dreaming?
About how am I going to do that? Where am I going to put the sewer scene and all that kind of thing?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's gonna be.
I bet it'll work out
Must
great.
be a lady tonight.
Ah,
so
I like it.
I try to take at least one trip a year to New York just to borrow ideas.
Yes. Yes.
And some of the staging that I see in New York and at Stratford is just amazing. So
Well,
I
when
think
you get the script for these plays, now that's not free. You have to pay, correct?
everything costs, Carrie.
Yes. Yes.
So,
And
a
some of them
straight
are
play-
very expensive.
A straight play is cheaper than a musical.
Okay.
A musical, you pay for the rights, and then you pay for all the scripts, and you pay for the soundtrack and all the books and everything like that. So a
Wow.
musical usually runs between $5,000 and $6,000, where this is $125 a performance.
Wow. 125 performance. Okay. Yeah. It's more reasonable.
Yeah. So
Wow.
How
Now,
much are tickets to the theater for each performance?
17.
$17.
17. Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Yeah. That's-
Now this
and that's
just
a
one
deal.
disclaimer.
Yeah.
One disclaimer is we had to sign a waiver saying that we would not change any of the language from the
Okay.
original.
Okay. So there's some
Okay.
adult language.
There's some adult language. So if people have a sensitivity to that, this might not be the play for them.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's a good disclaimer. You're being transparent, right? You got to do it.
Right. And we are requiring vaccination cards and mask.
Okay. I was just going to ask you that too. Okay. Good for
Yeah.
you. Good for you. That's
We're
awesome.
following Broadway, and we want to keep everyone safe. We want to keep our actors safe. The actors will go without mask on stage, but we've taken out the front row, so there's a distance between the actors and the audience.
Right. Right.
Who will be masked the whole time. So
Yeah.
You have a good air circulation system too with those new HVAC additions
yeah.
We do.
too, so that helps circulate the air. Then
That helps a lot.
It
yeah,
does.
help pull it out.
It
Are you
does.
going to plan anything for outside this summer or no?
We're going to do music shows outside.
Oh, okay.
Evening,
concerts?
concerts, early evening music shows.
Yeah, early evening where the sun isn't beating down.
Yeah, that was murder. But there again, we don't know what the construction schedule is going to be, so we're kind of waiting to see on that.
Exactly. Now, you're going to lose much of your parking lot?
No, we're not going to lose any of the parking lot. We're going to lose some trees, but not the parking lot.
Right, because you got that landscape there. You're going to lose all that probably, the trees.
Right, and we might just enlarge the parking lot to go back on the grassy area. So,
Oh, okay. Okay. Sounds
And,
like
we
you got a plan.
and we have an agreement with the church next door that they allow us to use their parking as well.
Oh,
there's
that's
plenty-
Nice.
There's plenty of
That's nice.
parking. There's concessions for people. I
So
can't imagine doing
overflow
anything else on it.
Well, that's
Yeah,
nice, and the church might get some parishioners. You never know. That's kind of a nice
exactly.
trade-off.
Yeah.
Really is.
Yep.
We can only hope.
Yeah. So, what else is going on at the theater? Anything else?
The auditions, the show
That's
coming
keeping
up,
you busy. That's
the
keeping you busy.
audition to the
Uh-huh.
building. Yeah, that's raising a lot of money for that is going to be what's going to take us, keep us occupied.
So people can donate, what, go to the website or come in there and donate? You got a drop box or what?
Uh, they can
You'll stand out in the
just-
parking lot, right?
just give us a call or go on, like I said, go on the website, inspiretheater.com.
Okay.
It's all tax deductible. We're a 501c3. So we will gladly accept their money.
Yeah, it's going to a good cause because you do a great job. That's for sure. It's a great little theater. And it sounds like you got some great things planned for sure.
We do. It's keeping us out of trouble.
Hey, is your daughter going to be in this one?
No, my daughter is
she still in Michigan?
she pardon me?
Is she still in Michigan?
She is still in Michigan.
Okay.
She has lessons. She teaches just down the hall here, voice and piano, and she's also choreographing at Plymouth Canton Schools this year. She's choreographing Kiss Me. She's choreographing Kiss Me Kate.
Ground. Nice. That's your stomping ground, Dennis. Plymouth, right?
Yeah. You best live down the street from the high schools. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
What is she choreographing? What do they have coming up at the high schools?
Kiss Me Kate.
Kiss Me Kate. Thanks.
Oh, okay.
That's a great play too.
She choreographed. She choreographed Anything Goes. Well, she was choreographing, and they got shut down, and all those seniors that were in the show didn't get to do the show, and so she's back there again this year to do. Yeah,
it's been tough. I'll tell you, been tough on everybody, and I'm really getting tired of it. I just hope and pray those numbers come down. And get back to some kind of.
I'm glad that they've opened up. They've allowed theaters to stay open, and we're going to do everything we can to keep everybody safe.
Yeah, it sounds like you're doing, everything you can do.
Yeah.
Right. Does anybody give you a hard time about showing their card or anything, or no?
No, we've had some people unsubscribe, but not really anybody saying give us a hard time. No.
Yeah, it's too bad.
No.
It's their choice.
What, Mike?
We're pretty.
It's their choice.
Yeah,
they can follow
we hold the line there and say this is the way we're going to do it, and this is the way we've got to do it.
Yeah.
So,
no, I understand for sure. Well, look, hey, it's been great talking with you again.
Hey, it's great to be here. Thank you for the plug.
Yeah,
and it's good to see Mike again.
Yeah.
Well, you can come back anytime for sure.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
hey, Mike, I might stop in at the Kiwanis sometime soon.
Yes.
You know where we meet?
I do. I just don't know when.
Thursday noon.
Thursday noon.
At Straight Farmhouse.
Where do you meet, Mike?
At the Straight Farmhouse, the Historical Museum.
On Merriman, Merriman and near Fort.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yep. At noon. Okay. Yep. Great. Come as a guest. Micah will gladly have you.
Oh, you got it. You better believe it.
Very nice.
Well, look, hey, what do they say? Break a leg, right?
Yeah, break a leg.
There you go. Yeah.
Right. Hey, have a successful show, and looking forward to having you back anytime you want to come on.
Okay, we'll hit you up closer to April.
All right, sounds good, Len.
Nice to have met you, Len. Good.
All right,
can do.
We'll see you.
Can do.
All right. Good
That's
guy.
neat.
A lot of
Local theater, so special.
Oh yeah.
There's so much talent in the community. A lot of and so much talent that people have that they don't know they have, that they can bring out.
Right, exactly.
Like really can.
Who would have ever thought? My sister, for gosh sakes, we were just dumbfounded, but we really enjoyed it. So
and you have no talent, Carrie. I don't know how. So I don't know how you made it either.
No, I don't.
I'm joking, of course. Man, terrible. Tough crowd, man.
Hey, don't start throwing tomatoes.
Yeah, that's time for me to go, right? I can't get Dennis's camera to work anymore. Sorry about that, folks.
You're breaking up. Oh, geez. Hey, I love that picture of the grandkids. You had some time to spend with the grandkids, huh?
Yeah, I'll go back and forth. They live in Mississippi. My son-in-law is a pilot for FedEx Corporation. He flies a 767 based in Memphis. They lived in Hong Kong for a couple of years.
Right,
so
I remember.
we visited them in Hong Kong too, and then the pandemic hit, and then we came back home, and then they eventually came back home. So they live just south of Memphis in Hernando, Mississippi. Nice home there. They're doing okay. 4 and 5 year old grandkids, and I love them. I mean, that's just the best thing that ever happened to me. I've never been so in love I love my wife, but I've never been so in love with
That's
a
awesome.
human being in my entire life.
That is awesome.
It's the depth of the love is like unbelievable. It's unimaginable.
Yeah. I love that picture of them sitting in the cockpit. That was them, right?
Yeah, that was them. And that was an aircraft donated by FedEx to the museum, kids museum, children's museum, 727. FedEx used to fly a lot of different jets years and years ago. 727 was one of the most popular ones. It's a rugged aircraft. And so when they changed aircraft, now they fly 767, 57, the Airbus, the MD-11, which is the DC-10, and that'll eventually be phased out. And the Boeing, the big aircraft that they use most of the time for long hauls and big loads is the 777. But the 727 was really one of their go-to aircraft for many years, and that's been there now in that museum, I think, for many years as well. John flies, like I said, the 767, and he'll be a captain either the end of this year or the first part of next year.
Oh, wow. Congratulate him for us.
Fabulous. Awesome. Well, with this pandemic, everything's changed, as you know, job-wise. The doors have opened for so many people in so many professions. If you've got the talent or you've got the education,
right,
or you have a desire, you can go so many different directions now. And one of them happens to be as a pilot or a mechanic, an engineer.
Oh, so many opportunities.
And there's so many opportunities. So FedEx is looking for they're all looking for pilots.
Yeah, they're
flight attendants.
Everybody's hurting.
Everybody's hurting. And so, my goodness gracious, wish we were 50 years younger, you guys, and we could, we could live it all over again and do something else this time, right?
Exactly.
What would you do, Mike? What would you do differently if you had if you could do it all over again? I know that's a tough question to ask. I mean, I have a great life, but what would you do differently?
I don't know. I've had 4 careers.
Yeah. So
I think
teaching, vending, financial services.
Yeah, several things.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, me too. Kind of a jack of trades and master of none. But I probably myself, there's such a demand for skilled trades today.
Yeah, there is.
They're really suggesting you go to skilled trade school instead of college, even.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
be an electrician, be a carpenter, welder, millwright, things like that. They really are hurting, aren't they?
They're hurting very much. Very much.
Right. Yeah.
And even with the auto industry, you get that journeyman card, and that's your ticket.
Yeah, years ago, the whole idea. My dad worked for Ford Motor Company for many years. I'd say to Dad, "Can I get a job working the line?" He said, "Well, it's pretty hard to get." He says, "I don't know if I'll be able to help you." He never was able to, which was okay. But nowadays, I think you can get on the line, right? I think you can get into the plant,
right?
That you couldn't get into years ago.
Yeah.
So but see, we're looking at it from our age. A 68-year-old man, almost 69, thinking, well, gee, this is the doors, all these windows and doors are now open. And man, I'd be an astronaut, and I do this and I do that, doctor, nurse, all these.
Now you want your kids or grandkids to start thinking of this stuff,
Right. So how do you convince them to do that? How do you open the door for them to see that as a possibility?
Well, you got to get them off this.
Well, that's true. But there's so much to learn on that. So how do you transfer that into the profession that you want to do?
Right.
Or stop them. I mean, I've watched it in downtown Plymouth where I'm watching people on their looking at their phones, and they're all doing this. They're playing some sort of a game, apparently. I forget what they call it.
Oh, that Pokemon or something.
Is that what it is? Oh, they meet in different places, and they're all walking different places, and they're walking right in front of cars.
I know.
I stopped somebody one day. I said, "Did you know you just walked in front of that?" "Oh, they'll stop for me." I said, Are you sure? But so
you want to bet on that?
But that's and other people will say, they're at dinner and they'll look over at the table next to them.
Yeah.
And everybody at the table, the mom, the dad, the kids,
all
on their phone.
Ignoring one another. Yeah.
And I'm not, I don't know. I'm not one to judge, but I'm not sure that's a good idea. But that's a personal opinion.
Yeah. No, I agree. They tune their kids out and it's just
right. So this technology is how do you get this technology,
I know,
like you said, to make them into the electrician or the carpenter and get them out of their app, so to speak, and get them to, do the kind of things that are necessary to build our homes. And I mean, I when a plumber comes into my house, I look at them and think, you're a savior to me.
Yeah.
Or when they check my
Yeah.
furnace, they're saviors.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so important. Or my car. I think
Yeah. Same thing.
I can't do this work on the car anymore, but
No.
they do it. And I drive away thinking, my gosh, at 2:00 in the morning, 3:00 in the morning, I'm driving to Southfield.
Mhm.
If my
You don't
car
wanna break
breaks down, I'm
Yeah.
stuck by the side of the road.
Right.
Thank God for these men and women that have taken care of my car.
Yeah. Keep you
I
going.
just, I don't know. That's how I
You
look
know,
at
hey,
it.
Dennis, back in the day, though, we did all that ourselves. We were
Oh,
doing
we
it
did.
ourselves.
We did. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and now it's different. The older you get, and if you're able to pay for it, then do
Yeah.
it. Have it
Yeah.
done.
You find somebody who knows what they're doing, and you pay them well. They deserve it for the hard work that they do, and you're thankful when you drive away.
Oh, very.
And you're grateful for them, and your family is okay. You don't
Yep.
want your daughter or your son to break down in the middle of nowhere, or your wife or your mother to break down somewhere. You really, all these things are these little pieces of the puzzle all are important, and everybody plays a part in that puzzle, I
Yeah.
think, So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's been tough on the teachers too. Oh my
I
gosh.
can imagine it
We
has.
had Derek Fisher, our Garden City superintendent, on. It was last week, right, Mike? Was it last week?
Yeah, I think
And
so.
I don't envy him at all. I wouldn't want to be in his shoes, but he does such a fabulous
I
job.
can imagine it.
And his staff and the teachers and the Board of Education, they just do a fabulous job. And
Yeah.
it's so hard right now, so hard.
I wonder how the students are all going to manifest this in the 2 or 3 years past this time period, and how that's going to all work out for them, and how it's all going to work out for the teachers as well. That's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah.
It's nice to talk about it right now, but I just keep thinking, well, what will we be thinking about in the next few years? How will this play out?
How will it affect them too?
Yeah, how will it affect them? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it already has. A lot of them missed their graduations.
Oh my gosh. Well, you talked about that play. They couldn't finish their
play.
senior play.
Yeah. They just actually did a play. What was that? Clue? Was it Clue at the high
Yeah.
school?
Is it
They just renovated
Garden City High School.
Leary Auditorium, and they
Okay,
did the
okay.
play there. And
That's good.
they only sold 100 tickets, and it holds what, 800 or something?
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Something like
just
that.
under 900, I think.
Yeah, just under
yeah.
900. So, and it was a success from what I understand. So,
Yeah. But the bottom line is, for what my parents said to me, I don't know if I probably said the same thing your parents said to you guys. My dad would go to be a funeral. They check. My mom would look at the obituaries and the free press and the news. She'd see people from the old neighborhood.
Yep.
Lanyo area, Michigan. My mom was Polish. My dad's German. He lived in Southwest Detroit. He lived amongst large communities of Hungarians and Germans and so on.
Wow.
So they knew lots of people. So they'd go to lots of funerals. And I stopped my dad one day. We came home. I said, "Dad, did you even know this man?" And I didn't mean it. I guess I was sounding sarcastic. He looked at me seriously. He said, "You know what?" He said, "You're there for the family."
Yeah.
I remember the person, but you're there for the family. He says, but the bottom line is, he says, you can have everything in the world, all the money in the world, but if you don't have your health, you have nothing.
You're right.
He said, take care of yourself. Make sure your health is good.
Yeah.
And if your health is good, then you have at least a starting point.
Yes.
And I've never forgot my dad telling me that. He said, take care of yourself. This person had a tough road. He did.
Your health is everything.
And if you don't have but you can have all the money in the world. If you don't have your health, you have nothing, right?
Right.
You can't do anything with it.
Can't take care of your family or anything. I mean,
right. So this whole thing has brought that into perspective for me. Is like, wow, this has been tough on a lot of folks. Look what you've gone through. I mean, amazing.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're very fortunate. We really are.
Yeah.
I mean, I was diagnosed, like I said, with emphysema. You've had surgeries.
Yep.
Mike's gone through surgeries, and but you just suck it up and.
Yep. You thank God every day that you have your life. That
every
you have
day.
what you have.
Every day. And the older you get, you really thank them. Let me tell you.
Oh man. And you
Firefighter Lieutenant Steve Ray says, "Hi, friends. Hi, Captain Dennis."
Hey, how you doing? How are you?
Steve Ray. He's one of our lieutenants here in the Garden City Fire Department.
Thank you.
Kathy Ward says she agrees with everything.
Hi, Kathy.
Derek, my son Derek says hi.
Hey,
Dennis.
hey, Derek, how's it going? Hey, what's your choice for this weekend? What do you think? You think Stafford's going to go on?
I'm hoping he does myself.
Yeah.
Derek,
Yeah.
Big game
let us know
Sunday.
your opinion, Derek, if
Yeah.
you're still in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm really rooting for Stafford,
Yeah.
to be honest. How
I'm
about
a
you?
Lions fan. You know, I'm a big Lions fan. So
Oh yeah.
I miss him, but I hope for him that he has some good luck.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah.
I
And
think
Tom Brady is a great quarterback. So
he is.
it's
But
a
you know what?
tough game on Sunday. you
7
know?
Super Bowls was enough for him.
Yeah. What do you think, Mike? Who do you think's gonna pull it off on Sunday?
That's a tough one. I would have to go with Brady winning that thing, but I'd sure like to see Stafford do it.
Yeah.
Of course, Dennis, you were alive the last time the Lions won
Yeah.
a championship.
I was.
What were you,
I was
4?
4 years old. I remember
Yeah.
that. I do
Yeah.
remember that. That's right.
Yes.
4 years old.
Yes.
But I don't remember the game.
Yeah.
I
Big
remember.
stadium, wasn't it?
Yeah, I
Good
know.
stadium.
I've seen a lot of chant opportunities, but the opportunities unfulfilled. You know.
Oh, sad.
Hey,
Sadly.
anybody can have 6 bad decades.
Oh yeah. I like your thinking, Mike.
Lieutenant Ray says, "Hey, don't talk about someone until you have walked a mile in their shoes. Then you will be safely a mile away and have their shoes."
I'll remember that one, Steve. That's good.
He is so funny.
That's
That guy.
good. Guy,
Oh.
what a good sense of humor. My
Yes.
God, that's
Oh,
great.
absolutely. Absolutely. Patty Fix says hello. Hi, everyone. Hi, Patty.
Hi, Patty.
Good to see you in there. So, Dennis, I'm probably going to let you go. I don't want to keep you much longer. I know this is past your bedtime, probably.
No. Hey, listen, I sure look forward to this, Kerry.
Oh, I did
you,
too.
Mike. Nice to see you
Great.
both. I love you both. You guys are the greatest. Thank you.
Yeah,
so
we
much.
love you. You're awesome. And
Well, you guys are awesome. Thanks for allowing me to be part of your evening. This is
anytime, you know that.
Real honor. Real
Yeah,
pleasure.
you keep in touch and
You bet.
say hi to the family. Give the grandkids a hug for us, and
We'll do it.
we
Hugs to
will
your
see you
families.
next time.
Mike, feel better. Feel better.
I
Mike.
feel great.
Keep growing. Keep getting stronger and stronger, man.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week. Okay.
All right. Take care.
Take care. Thanks
Thanks,
again.
Dennis.
Bye-bye.
Night.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. What a great guy, eh?
Yeah, it was good.
He is awesome. Yeah, he's seen a lot. He could also probably write a book. You know, Jiminy. All right, let's get Joe Bartley in here now with Tax Talk, and then we'll wrap things up with Mike after we do a few little things here. So let's get Joe in here. Stand by.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tax Talk with Joe Bartley. Monday, January 24th, is the official start of the tax season. That's when the IRS will officially be accepting returns and will begin processing any refunds that you may have. Now, employers have until January 31st to get out those W-2s or 1099s for you. Now, as a reminder, you cannot legally file a tax return without having the W-2 in your hand. So if you're having an issue after the 31st and you haven't received it, you might want to call your employer or former employer and inquire. Most tax preparers do not like doing substitute W-2s, and you can't do it until later on in the year anyway. So you want to take steps to get those W-2s. Okay. Now, with the e-filing and the direct deposit, most people are going to get a refund if they have them in 2 weeks or less. So be very weary of the a lot of times schemes or the money grabs that will say next day refund or the quick refunds. You want to steer away from those. Those are loans. They're not coming from the IRS. So a loan company is giving you your tax refund, what sometimes is just a few days quicker. and there's usually a pretty hefty cost with that. So
Sure.
my advice is you really try to stay away from those kind of places. Now, it's important, we keep mentioning it, to know what your child tax credit was, the advanced child tax credit, the payments that you got throughout the year. They sent you a form 6419. You should have received it already, which actually tells you what you received. So that's important, along with what the third stimulus payment was, which was generally $1,400 a person. Now, all of these, of course, are subject to income limitations. So if you didn't get that amount, there may be reasons. If you didn't get it, you can get a credit on your taxes this year when you do them. But it's important to have that paperwork and to know exactly what you got. Last year was probably the worst tax season in history of the IRS, and the majority of it was because of the incorrect amounts that people were giving them, and they had to cross-check and figure out who actually got what amount. So that's really important that you have those amounts, and that will help eliminate a lot of delays that we saw last year. Okay. Now, your brokerage accounts, if you have like stocks or that kind of thing, their due date to get their paperwork to you is later in the year. They're a little more labor intense for the company, so you want to just keep an eye out for those too. Check any paperwork that you receive, especially like your W-2s, and make sure that everything is correct on there. That should be that Social Security number is correct. That's probably the most important. And look at your amounts to make sure that they're reasonable. The IRS also recommends that you file your taxes as soon as possible, and that helps combat the identification theft that is going through the whole country and the world. It helps eliminate thieves filing fraudulent returns in your name, which we do see, unfortunately, on a fairly regular basis. So hope that little information is a benefit to you. I'm Joe Bartley from J&J Taxes and More, 29217 Ford Road, Suite 104. You can reach me. The best way is by email, joe@jnjtaxesandmore.com, or my phone number, 734-523-8291. Like my Facebook page, and you can ask questions through there. And look forward to seeing. If you have any other questions, let me know, or let Carrie know, and we'll try to include them in a future installment. Thank you very much. Have a great week.
All right. Good information as always. Yeah, I heard that they want everybody to file as early as possible electronically, because they just aren't going to have the personnel to cover all these. So it's going to be a while.
You get a lot better results if everything is electronically done.
Yep, exactly. All right, just a quick reminder, I want to mention, if you are a small business owner and you'd like to feature your business on our show, please contact us either by email at gccommunitychat@gmail.com or message us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/gcchat. We'd love to hear what you have to say, and we want to be a part of promoting your business for you. So it also might be a good idea to check out and join the Garden City Business Alliance at gardencitybusinessalliance.org. They are Garden City's chamber now, so you're going to want to get a hold of them. Okay, Mike, we get to get you in here now. Just a quick reminder, though. The next council meeting will be January 24th, 7 p.m. in the council chambers, located at 6000 Middlebelt Road. It's a good way for you to get involved and voice any concerns that you might have. And I just want to mention one more we got in there. Mr. John Murray's in there. How you doing, Mr. Murray? Appreciate you joining us. All right, Mike, you all set?
I'm all set.
All right, here we go. Stand by.
Well,
That'll be the day when you say goodbye. Yes, that'll be the day
Time for
when
some
you make me cry. You say you're gonna leave.
Mike.
You know it's a lie, 'cause that'll be the day when I die.
All right, sounding good. First up,
Home Pantry needs volunteers.
yeah,
They're needing volunteers to help pantry. One volunteer to work in the pantry on Thursday mornings from 8:45 to 12:30, and one volunteer to pick up food once a month on any Wednesday at Gleaners on North Line Road and bring it to Maplewood. You can call 734-793-1859 for more information.
yeah. Everyone is looking for volunteers, even the Inspire Theater. So
Yeah.
this started January 18th, went into effect.
And library will be pickup only.
Yeah.
No entry for browsing, no public computer use. Place holds online at www.gardencitymi.org or by phone 734-793-1830. Library staff will make copies. They will fax. Masks are required when you pick up.
Yep. Just being cautious.
Home Pantry needs donation of toiletries. Toiletries aren't often donated during the holidays, but they are needed. Items can be dropped off at the Maplewood Community Center.
Right, right.
Tai Chi on Wednesdays for beginners from 11:15 to 12:15 and advanced from 12:30 to 1:30 at the Maplewood Community Center. It will help you stay balanced. Cardio strength training on Saturdays at 9 a.m. Call 734-793-1850 to register to Maplewood Community Center, which is located at 31735 Maplewood Street in Garden City.
Fire Chief Harmon is in there, so we want to get this out there.
Yeah, I know you're checking on us, Kathy, to make sure we mention this. Did you know December, January, and February, half of all home heating fires occur in those 3 months?
Wow.
So some words of advice: place only one heat producing appliance, like a space heater, into an electrical outlet at a time.
Yep.
And keep anything that can burn at least 3 feet away from any heat source.
Very important. Very important.
Yep. Nerf Wars,
Yeah, it's back.
$15. Nerf guns, darts, and eye protection provided. You can bring your own epic Nerf gun, but leave your darts at home. This is for ages 7 through 10. It's on February 5th at 11 a.m. at the Maplewood Community Center. Again, you can call 734-793-1850 for more information.
Right. This has been going on a while.
Yeah, preschool playtime, Maplewood Community Center gym, fun activities, make new friends, Mondays 9:30 to 11. $3 drop-in. Parents and kids ages 1 to 4 can imagine, play, and create. Call the usual number 734-793-1877 for more information.
This is still in effect, yeah.
Commodities, third Wednesday of every month. The USDA has emergency food assistance program free to Garden City residents only from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And Focus Hope on the first Wednesday of every month has a food box program free to Wayne County seniors only from 11:30 to 1:30.
Yeah, we'll give Len another plug here. Rumors.
Yeah, rumors. They got 2 weekends left.
13 tickets, I think, for this weekend left, right?
Yeah, I think he said it's 13 tickets left for the 3 shows this weekend total.
Right.
9 for Saturday and 2 for Friday and Sunday. Anyway, the shows remaining are on Friday and Saturday, the 21st and 22nd, and also the 28th and 29th at 7:30, and Sunday shows on the 23rd and 30th at 2 o'clock. They're $17, as Len said. You can go to inspiretheater.ticketleap.com to buy your tickets, and they're located at 33455 Warren Road in Westland between Wayne Road and Vinoy.
Correct.
Okay, what do we got here? Craft Day at the Maplewood Community Center on Saturday, February 5th, $6. Call 734-793-1850 or visit the Maplewood Center today to register.
This is something that has been big for a long time at Joe D's Bar.
Yeah, we haven't had this before.
Broomstick.
Jody's presents Skip Cohen Annual Charity Broomstick Pool Tournament, celebrating a 17-year tradition in loving memory of Skip.
Yeah.
It's on Sunday, February 6th. Registration's at 12 p.m. $25 a person. There'll be food, raffle, and a 50-50 drawing.
Yep.
Spring soccer, a free clinic by the Garden City Soccer Club on Sunday, February 20th from 5:30 to 6:30. New players, ages 4 through 7. Garden City Middle School is where it's going to be located. 1851 Radcliffe in Garden City. Enter through the gym doors.
Yep. Free clinic. That's cool. And they need referees.
Yeah, like everything else, volunteers are needed. Referees are needed to be part of the game you love. Interested in becoming a ref? Visit MichiganEFS.org.
Michigan REFS.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Michigan RE Ref.
Yeah, the R in there. I didn't see. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Westland Chamber of Commerce is pleased to announce an exciting opportunity to showcase your business at the 2022 Health and Business Expo.
Yeah.
Sponsors are Smaller Smiles Westland Shopping Center and the Michigan Chiropractic Specialists. Expo features business health care providers and nonprofit organizations. Reserve your space now and get ready to market your business in the comfort and convenience of Westland Shopping Center, located at 35,000 Warren Road, Westland, Michigan. It's going to be on Saturday, March 12th from 10:30 to 3.
Yeah, it's a pretty big event over there for him.
Looks like it.
Yeah. All right. And finally,
An IndyCar Art and Graph Jam on Sunday, May 22nd and September 25th, presented by Creative Memory and Helium Studio. Event sponsor is the Garden City DDA. Local makers, live music, good eats. It's going to be located in 5005 Central in Garden City, Michigan, on the northeast corner of Ford and Middle Belt.
all right. Yay, you're done.
No, not quite.
Okay, you got a couple. Yeah.
Yeah, that we've been mentioning these things before. Maplewood Community Center is having a big comedy magic show
Right.
January 29th with Gordon Russ. $5 a child, $2 per sibling. It's from 12 to 1. Space is limited. Call or visit the Maplewood Center to reserve your family's sport park. I don't know if there's any others that we haven't mentioned tonight or not.
Yeah. Pick up your marketplace
Right.
anywhere in Garden City, library, Maplewood Center,
Historical Museum.
Dave's Restaurant. Yep.
Well, Garden City Parks and Rec wants you to check out the playbook for Garden City Parks and Recreation's programs and activity guide. That's at 200 South Log Cabin Road in Garden City. And the Ice Arena has public skating on Thursdays from 6:30 to 8, Sundays from 12 to 1:20. Adults 16 and up are $6. Kids 15 and under are $5, and you can rent skates for $3.
I got one here from the Garden City Buzz, Mike. If you want
Okay.
to avoid getting a parking ticket during snow emergencies, get on the Garden City Nixle list. Just text our Garden City zip code 48135 to 888-777. 888-777, and they'll put you on the Nixle list, and you'll know what's happening in the city. They will shoot out bulletins every now and then. And by this, Mike, where'd you go? We lost Mike. He'll pop in. Pop back in, Mike, when you get time. I guess his Wi-Fi dropped him. All right. Remember, if you would like to be a guest on our show, or if you know someone who might be interested, it's very easy. Just contact us at gcommunitychat at gmail.com, or once again, message us on Facebook, and you can also text us to 734-788-9319. Doesn't matter what community you live in, we want to hear from you. During these times, we'll do the show remotely and safely from the comfort of your home or office. Maybe you own a business or belong to an organization. You'd like to share your information with us and the surrounding communities. If so, contact us today, and we look forward to hearing from you. So Mike isn't back in there, so he's probably having some issues, technical issues. My. And with that said, I think we're going to call this a podcast. Special thanks to our guests, Dennis Neubacher. Catch Dennis on WWJ News Radio 950 for your morning traffic reports. I think he said he's on from 5 to 10 in the morning, so you're going to want to check him out. It's always great to have Dennis here. He does a great job. I always enjoy talking to Dennis. And also thanks to Len Fisher from the Inspire Theater. Mike, your device isn't connected. Len is at the Inspire Theater. You can contact him through their website at inspiretheater.com. Also, thanks to Joe Bartley from J&J Taxes and More. Remember to contact Joe at 734-523-8291. He's located at 29215 Ford Road in Garden City for all your tax needs. There's Mike.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah, I disconnected myself there. That's okay.
Okay. At least it was something simple.
Yeah.
So what else you got? You got anything else?
Well, I don't know. Last time I tried to give you anything else, I hit the disconnect button.
Oh, geez.
What do we got here? We've done that. We've done that. Talked about that.
What's new with Kiwanis? Anything coming up exciting or no?
No, it's kind of a quiet time for Kiwanis
Yeah.
this year.
You're trying to come up with some kind of what you want to do, a plan for the year.
Yeah, we're open to suggestions, especially if they involve something that can help the youth in our community, because that's our center of interest. But
okay. Anybody has any suggestions, they can email us at gcommunitychat@gmail.com, and I'll forward that to you by email.
I would appreciate that.
Absolutely.
We're kind of in a lull. We've had the pig race. We've had the Christmas party.
Yeah.
Those are probably our two biggest events.
Yeah. This is a slow time of year.
Yeah, it's kind of a slow time of the year. Normally, we'd be beginning planning for the spring pig race in like March or April, but what with the
that's up in
virus and everything, I think that may get postponed to the fall again.
Yeah, sounds like it. Hopefully, the better numbers in the fall, they're saying so.
Yeah, as soon as 95% of the people get this damn virus, and we get to herd immunity.
I know. Thank you, Kathy. Appreciate that. Always great having you in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've been asked to ask you, is there any chance that Kids Day in the Park will be coming back?
Not at this time. Last time we did it was what, 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, something like that.
And we had some challenges getting it publicized, getting the attendance there.
Mm-hmm.
JC's had coordinated with us for a couple of years, bringing trucks and stuff, and they weren't doing that.
So it's tough. That's a big event. That's a lot of planning.
Yeah, it was a big event, and I don't think we've got the interest in a chairperson taking some responsibility for that at this time.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, you never know. Put it on the back burner for now, huh?
Yeah. There's apparently they had an interesting workshop at city council at the police station Tuesday night. I didn't attend, but I hear there was lots of interesting excitement and stuff going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine there was. Usually always some fireworks. I'm sure
Yeah.
we'll find out, well, at next council meeting, and then
Yeah.
when Casey comes on, I'm sure.
Yeah, there was a lot of controversy from those that were in attendance at our Kiwanis meeting today talking about it.
Yeah. And what was the consensus? All over?
Yeah, I don't know that the club had a consensus. I think the consensus was that they'd like to see some proof that some of these big ideas and plans that are being formulated are actually going to go through. They're
Oh,
not,
not just talk?
yeah,
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Well, they act on it. Yeah.
right. Well, we can go over some of that with our guests next week.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
I went over there, but not to attend that. I went over there for the Citizens Academy, and that didn't meet Tuesday
Oh,
night.
oh.
And I don't know if they announced the week before when I was out with COVID that they weren't going to meet because the
I don't know anything.
city council had the police activity room.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened. I'll have to talk to the chief or something
Yeah. Bruce.
Monday night at council meeting to find out whether they're going to meet again this week.
Yeah. Yeah. It could have been postponed, like you said, because of either
Yeah.
COVID, the numbers, or because they had the room. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up. We also want to do a big thanks to our co-hosts, meteorologist Dr. Tom Mywinski and Kiwanis President Mike Jones. Great job as always.
Thank you.
Any final thoughts, Mike, before we go?
No, I think we're going to be swearing in Tom's mother as a Kiwanis member in a couple of weeks.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, when
So-
you do announce that on the show, we'll get that out.
Yeah, well, we have to have a board meeting in the first Wednesday of the month to approve her
Okay.
application, and then she can get sworn in.
Right. Are you still doing background checks on new members?
Oh yeah, we do extensive FBI background checks on new members to
Right.
make sure they're not involved in any subversive organizations that are anti-children or no.
Well, I know they did that one time because whenever you're involved with children, they kind of want to have a background check on you.
You do have to go through some procedures if you're going to be working with children.
Right.
There's some regulations about you can't be working one person. You got to have a second person at least, and there's
Yeah.
and they do. I think they do fingerprints and stuff like that.
Yeah, which is good. That's a good thing. Sherry
I mean,
Lindauer says, "Hi guys, sorry I'm late. We'll catch up. Can you post it online? You guys have a good night." Yeah, absolutely. It will be online as soon as we get off and on YouTube. Thanks, Sherry. What else, Mike?
I don't know. These days, you just got to be so careful.
I know.
There's regulations and stuff. You don't want to be in a compromised situation where somebody can accuse you of doing something that was inappropriate.
Oh, I know it. I know it. Yep. It don't take, and everybody's got a camera now too. So you're under the camera all the time for sure.
Yeah, you can't get away with much of anything these days.
No.
So
All right. Well, let's do a big thank you to each and every one of our people who are listening, watching and listening. Remember, this show will be available, like I told Sherry, right after we sign off tonight on Facebook. So we hope that you'll catch it later at your convenience if you tuned in late by going to facebook.com/GCChat. Also, catch us on our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search for GC Community Chat. You'll find not only this show, but all our past shows as well. And please subscribe to our channel while you're there. Click on the red subscribe button. We would appreciate it. And as always, we continue to thank all the healthcare workers, first responders, police and fire, everyone on the front lines who serve and protect us every day. We can't thank you enough. Be safe, and we want you to know that you and your families are in our thoughts and prayers every day. And when you see any of these heroes, please let them know how much you appreciate them. We are praying that relief comes soon so you all can catch a break. It's just been terrible, just terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess they're seeing a decline somewhat in New York a little bit. And Henry Ford Hospital, their cases went down just a hair. But hey, so right
The
now,
thing is, this Omicron is so easily
contagious. Yeah.
contagious that even though most people that have been vaccinated don't have serious complications when they're exposed to it,
Right.
they still have a large number of people in the hospital.
Yeah. Mostly unvaccinated.
Those are the most serious cases.
Yes. Yes. So, I mean, it just goes to show you the vaccines are working.
Oh,
Put
yeah.
you out of the hospital. I mean, look at you.
Yeah.
You rebounded quick.
Yeah, I've had 3 shots and had very minor symptoms when I was exposed to it and got that positive test a couple weeks ago.
Well, that's awesome. Let's hope you get a negative one and no problem. All right. Uh-oh. Lost my picture. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Well, I guess let me just, we would like your camera was unplugged. Again, it wasn't unplugged. Huh.
Why don't we just call this a podcast?
Yeah, we're going to call this a podcast. Remember, the success of a community depends on the community, so please support your local businesses. Don't forget community unity. Let's be united and support one another. And please don't hesitate. Vaccinate. Get yourself vaccinated for your family and your friends and the community. And mask up. Very important again to do that. Deep down inside, it's the right thing to do, right, Mike?
Yes, sir.
And Mike, if you see something,
say something.
Absolutely. We need to take care of one another. And for all your weather information, be sure to head on over to DrTomsWeather.com. Got a great user-friendly website over there. We will see you right back here next Thursday, January 27th, live on Facebook, when our guest will be Garden City Councilwoman Stacy Karafotis. So until then, Mike, you take care.
You too.
Thanks for watching, and we will see you next week. Have a good night.
Night.